hard night of work here. Here we go, our last fight of the night. The two fighters touch gloves in the center, and we're off.
Good circling. That's a beautiful
kick to the
spinning heel kick.
midsection from Terrence out of UFC Gym Coquitlam. Some good circling from Terrence. Opening up with an inside leg kick that lands.
Daniel seems to be just stalking him down and probably looking for that one big shot.
Daniel again opening with the kick, as you were alluding to earlier, maybe not the best option.
Well, Terrence has got a wider stance, which definitely gives you more mobility, as in Daniel has got a smaller stance, is looking to bite on his mouthpiece and counter and throw a big hand. So I really like Terrence's wide stance. It really gives you nice mobility, nice movement. His eyes are on his opponent, so there's definitely a lot of anticipation. There's a lot of tension in the cage right now. They're both looking to just throw one or two big punches.
He does have those LaDainian Thompson eyes just wide open.
Yeah. That was
A well-timed blast double from Terrence into side control.
Good. I like the patience. I like the patience here. You know, he's a big guy. If he wants to get out, he's gonna ride. Let him get some energy out, and then look to do damage.
Some big shots to the body. I don't think we're allowed to strike to the face here again. Daniel's actually doing a good job of getting that underhook on the half guard side.
You've grappled all types, all sides, all shapes. How hard is it for a big 235-pounder to be on top of you when he has a good base? How hard is it to get him off you?
It's very hard. I've been putting in some rounds with UFC fighter Arjun Bowler lately, and just his size and his wrestling ability makes him so hard to move. Even though he's still new to the jiu-jitsu game and I'm a black belt, I have a very hard time even getting him to move just the slightest.
So size does matter in this case when it comes to grappling.
You know, it doesn't till it does, and then it does. We have an Americana attempt here from the top, from full mount with the head in there is usually a good way to stop it. Big shots to the body. I don't know about Daniel's playing here looking to trade back from the bottom. He should have used that opportunity to kick away.
That definitely took some energy from Terrence. You can see him breathing a little bit heavier after that exchange, but I don't know how much damage that did to Daniel. I'm sure it had to do some sort of damage.
It did damage to me. I wouldn't be surprised if it did some damage to Daniel. We got a couple more shots. We only got 15 seconds left in this first round, so I was getting some good advice here from Dennis Kang, just telling him just to ride the round out and start his minute break early, and hopefully he can get that heart rate back down to nothing before this next round starts.
Well, I think you might have jinxed it. You said who's going to do. We're not going to see 9 minutes of wrestling, and we saw about 3 minutes of wrestling.
That's my fault. That's
What would you like to see from Daniel? That was a really explosive double from Terrence. Would you want to see you get him to use more jabs to keep Terrence away, lower his stance so he doesn't get doubled again?
Yeah, I think a little bit of combination of the two. I'd like to see him feint some uppercuts, maybe get him guessing. But at the start of the fight, don't forget Terrence looked very comfortable opening up with that spinning kick to the body.
That was beautiful. That was beautiful for a
like
big
you said,
guy.
light on the feet for a big guy.
Super light, and you notice the difference between the stance. Terrence got a nice wide stance. His back heel is up. He's pushing off that back foot. As Daniel's more like just stepping forward, a little bit more flat-footed. So it's definitely the footwork and the explosiveness. We're definitely going to give it Terrence. And that was a beautiful timing on a double. Very smart, very smart.
It was surprising. I didn't see that double leg coming, to tell you the
Why
truth.
take chances, right? MMA is a crazy game to begin with. If you can neutralize the guy's best weapon, which is his power, take it to the ground.
Absolutely. Some good feints off the start from Terrence here, getting him guessing. A strong jab.
It's very explosive. But I'm curious how much they gassed out, what the gas take is on both of these guys.
Again, both these guys choosing to open with kicks. Couple big shots from Daniel here.
That was big shot.
Terrence.
Good defense.
Referee Mitch is looking to stop. That nice judo toss into side control. Not sure about the decision to take it to the ground there, as he was definitely rattled.
Do you want to hear something crazy? We're only 30 seconds into the fight, and we saw all that.
I think I held my breath for the first 30 seconds of that round because
man,
I'm having to catch up now. So Dennis King advising Terrence to go to side control, apparently to open up more of the body to hit, and he's telling him to get to the underhook because really all Daniel needs to do is get to his stomach here because he has the underhook like he just did. Tell him to go back to the back, Dennis King does. Dennis is calling for knees to the body here. Terrence is putting his mouth guard back in as he accidentally spat it out.
Yeah.
A little bit of resting going on here. I wouldn't be surprised if we have Mitch call it back to the feet pretty quick. Neither guy is really looking to advance this position.
In this case, do you want to see the referee stand them up? I know it's a very dominant position for Terrence, but they're definitely both taking a little bit of a break.
I'm never a fan of the stand-up, but yeah, when the guy who initiated the fight to the ground is using it to rest, I see the need for a stand-up then when both guys are clearly showing that they're not interested in advancing the fight. Some big shots to the body here, but it is allowing Daniel to get back to his feet if he can turn in a little more.
Yeah. See, on this side, if they were to do more ground and pound, that's where the liver's at. That's where he can do a lot more damage. So if you were to do those heavy punches as he did in the first round on that side, you would definitely affect your opponent a lot more.
Absolutely. I dream of a day that we see one of these amateur fighters get a reverse mount and pound the body out for a finish.
Yeah. Beautiful
transition to the back here from Terrence.
Beautiful. And the gas tank is still holding on. It's an action-packed fight. They definitely came here. They're not easy guys at all. They're big guys, but they move well. The output is nice. I really enjoy what I'm seeing.
Yeah, both these guys are going to have to dip into the reserve tank because they are leaving it all out there here at the end of the second round. 1 round left to go in this heavyweight final we have here in the main event.
Nice, 2 rounds in. I'm not gonna lie, I agreed with you. I really didn't see this going to the distance, but here we are. We're starting our 3rd round. They both thrown a lot of stuff at each other and both standing. Good chin on Daniel and good output on Terrence.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the output here from these big guys. You don't often see big guys going into the 3rd round looking fresh. Daniel here hasn't even chosen to sit down in his corner yet.
Yeah, and good defense on Daniel. I mean, Terrence threw about an 8 to 12 punch combo with some really mean intentions, and Daniel stayed in the pocket. Most of them he did cover up. I'm sure some of the one through as he's got a little bit of a bloody nose, but good on Daniel, man, to still be in the game after all the barrage that Terrence threw at him.
Even with that extra padding, those shots sounded heavy, and I'm sure he's feeling them now.
Yeah. So what do you want to see from Daniel this round?
You know, I think we need a finish out of Daniel here. He's down 2 rounds. We got 3 minutes left. He's got to make something work here. Again, the speed from Terrence is just amazing.
To see.
240 pounds throwing spins in the start of the 3rd round.
Oh, no big deal, and he just chucked the guy to the ground. He didn't even need to. The guy bounced off, and he just off the cage, and he just chucked him down. That's power.
It's pretty impressive 7 minutes into a fight to be able to pick a man up and throw him down when he weighs 240 pounds.
Yeah.
Even if you do weigh 240 pounds yourself.
Yeah. It's a lot of mass to move around, and a lot of mass to pick up.
So we're back to a lockdown situation here. Dennis King's calling for a head and arm choke. He's looking for an Americana here. Can move it to a straight arm bar if he stayed under the elbow, but he chooses to let go and look for some ground and pound.
I guess you don't want Daniel to lay flat on the ground, and you will start wanting to fight more for underhooks and start turning towards Terrence to have a chance to get back up.
Yeah, from a defensive position, you don't want to be laying flat. You need to be up on a hip. You need to be trying to create some sort of angle. minute 30 left in the fight. I've got Dennis King just yelling out instruction to Terrence, just letting him know how much time is left. Tell him there's a Kimura there.
How crucial are underhooks here? How crucial just to have the ability to get back up? How much of a role they play?
The underhook is huge. On the side that the half guard is the side that the underhook battle is really important. So we have here the half guard, and we're being stood up here from Mitch with 1 minute left in the fight.
I think we might go see some fireworks. We might see some fireworks. Beautiful right hand.
And a barrage from Terrence.
But good covering up.
Referee watching, and he's called it. Some heavy shots from Terrence to finish the fight.
Definitely not the worst stoppage. From a standpoint, I'm a stand-up guy. Would like to see maybe for it to go more, but again, it's an amateur fight. They're really big boys. No need for him to take damage. And this is probably the second or the third time in this fight that he got put in that
Again, let's give a round of applause to the fighters, all the fighters tonight. You guys put on one hell of a show. Thank you very much.
Well, I just want to say it was a pleasure working with you, Micah. At the end of the day, I still got a better haircut than you, so you just need to accept certain things in life, and that's one of them. And until next time, my friend.
Yeah, till next time, July 14th, I think we'll both be entering that battlefield cage, this cage right here in front of us.
All right, guys.
Thinking about that main event matchup against Chris Buckwass Anderson. It's a rematch for you.
At 2:11, the ref stops due to a TKO.
I'm a little bit like sharper.
In the blue corner,
good luck, man.
Terrence Spina! Woo!